I'm never worried. I'm never ready. Never, ever, ever ready. Ever, ever ready. This is crazy. I'll be sitting there like somebody on the other side gonna count me down. Terrible. Okay. So, hi guys. Dahlia Deering here. I wanted to get on live and talk to you guys a little bit about some things. Just to share. Just because I've had some really, really great feedback and some great experiences, and I promised that I would be sharing some of this stuff. First and foremost, happy Martin Luther King Day. Happy Martin Luther King Day, and I'll be making a post, even though it's late, saying happy Martin Luther King Day, because I don't want today to pass and me not acknowledge part of the reason I believe that I'm even able to sit here right now is because of Martin Luther King Day and his efforts. Malcolm X too. Don't politically box me in. I'm not that type of person. But I wanted to make sure that I definitely gave honor to Martin Luther King Day today. So happy Martin Luther King Day. Okay. So now let's get into what I got on here to talk about. I wanted to come on here not to sell anybody anything, but I wanted to encourage my authors, my other children's book authors, because again, when I get on here, I'm going to talk to you about being a children's book author, because that's what I know about. That's my business. I am not going to talk to you about anything I don't know, because I think that is unfair. So I'm going to get on here tonight and talk to you about being a children's book author and how I have made that lucrative for me as an encouragement to you. So I really want to say something that my mentor says to me all the time. I want to tell you about what I'm doing, not to impress you, but to impress upon you how important it is that you follow your dreams fully, regardless of being ready or not. Okay. So, for those of you who have been following me, or you can look at my page and see, I just started this journey in September. My first book was published on September 5th. Okay. That is maybe 5 months, if you want to count that, from today. And my life has changed so much since then. The reason why I am sharing this, because I know a lot of children's book authors who have had books out for maybe over a year and still are trying to figure out, which I'm still trying to figure out, though, how to get the books to sell, how to get them to create incomes and streams of income and just really get some motion going. So I thought that I would share my story. I thought I would tell you guys some of the things that I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and hopefully that inspires you guys. Again, this is not to sell you. I am not even a used car salesman kind of person. That's weird. So this is just an open talk with my family, with my supporters, about what's going on with me. So first things first, when I started getting on social media was a huge part of this. It was me deciding to get on here and pretty much try and feel my way around. I was just posting. That we know that. But I got on here and I learned through networking, first of all, how to even publish a children's book through a friend that I met, because I have been reading this book called Think and Grow Rich. And the reason why I say that is not because I'm sponsored by them, but it's because they changed my way of thinking so much, because I'm normally very, very afraid. I'm kind of a perfectionist. I'm a Leo. So, we want to know first what's going on before we put ourselves out there. And one of the things that I had to learn through the book, though, is that if I really want something and I have an inclination for something, I got to go for it. I got to try to do it now. I can't wait. I can't, figure it out. Like I need to go and make an effort. So I wrote a children's book in my mind. I could see it as a book. I didn't know how I was going to turn it into a book, but I just started saying that to people. Just saying it, like talking to people like, hey, this is what I do for a living. Also, I am embarking on writing children's books. And I said it to the right person. I only said it probably 3 times. And by the 3rd time, I said it to the right person. And they said, you know what? I got a children's book. How are you publishing yours? This is how I publish. And they ran off how to do it. And right then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll go and do that. that too. And because they liked my spirit and they liked my personality, they freely walked me through creating a children's book. So I created the book. I published it, self-published. So I self-published this book, and the moment I self-published this book, the book becomes available on multiple streams. Amazon is one of them, different things. So immediately I created one stream of income with the books by making it published on Amazon. Now it was my job to get that link out to people so they could buy. So I started telling people about it. I started going on my social media, but it wasn't that big. I might have had 50 followers, and telling them about my children's book. Then when I realized that those 50 followers were awesome and they were supporting me and they were very proud of me and were telling people, and I started to get some people buying the book, I then decided, okay, I need to be more forceful about this. I need to start texting it to people. So then I started holding everybody in my network that supported me, that just liked me, people that hung out with me, anybody, whether it's my mama. If you were in my network and somebody who was always in my face saying that you wanted to champion me, you got a text with a full description of what I needed and a link, and you were to send, hey, I'm talking about you. Y'all, so the woman that I'm talking about just jumped on. Her name is Sunny Speaks. This is who introduced me to how to publish the children's book. I was going to say that later because there's another portion she plays. But she is on my live. So this is what networking is about. I didn't tell her I was coming on here. So I think she's joining with me. So I know there she is. Guys, this is her. Say hi.
Girl, you look so good. Let me take my hair down.
So y'all, look at how crazy, like, look, exactly like you said, look at how God works. I did not tell her to get on here. I had no idea she was going to get on here, and she got on right while I was talking about her. So this is the woman responsible for all 9 streams of income that I now get from my book.
Don't do that.
Right here. Yes, she is. So, and she's helping me create more. We'll get into that later. But the biggest thing I want you to see from this woman right here is that she did not know me from a can of paint when I met her. However, I told her I had a dream. I told her I wanted to publish a children's book. She had one. And I was telling her the things that I saw, and she was like, I'll show you how to do it. Walks me through this for free, spends time with me, and buys.
You're easy to spend time with.
Don't do that. This is about other people. Stop this.
You're fun.
But walks me through this, and I am able to create this children's book. So I end up creating the children's book. So now, like I said, let me get back to the 9 streams, because I know that's what you guys want to hear, how I created 9 streams of children of income from a children's book. I still can't believe it, within less than 5 months. And every stream of income I'm going to tell you about are not streams I'm working on. These are all 9 streams that I have been paid from. Understand this. So the first stream of income becomes from when I get onto Amazon, and I realize Amazon has links. I then tell everybody in my network, I got a network of maybe 50 people, okay? And I tell them, so out of the 50, maybe 5 bought, okay? So I've got 5 books bought at that time. So then, like I said, I started to hold everybody around me accountable. I went and I got text messages together with loving text, emojis, everything else, directions, and links. And then I sent those full text messages to my mama, to anybody in my face. If you join me and said, oh, I just love your spirit, if you ever need anything, bet. Here's a text message. You can send this out to people you know and support my book. I promise you guys, at this point, here are the mistakes I made as an author. All I did was get a live link. I never once ordered a book myself, so I had no idea what these books looked like. I just knew somebody said I was live, and I had people buying and ordering the books. That is something I would never suggest you do, but I did that. And so now I have people buying the books, and they're sending me pictures, and they're saying, hey, I got your book. And I'm like, does it look right? Like, is it do you like it? Because I ain't even seen it. And I want to be honest with you guys, at the time that I did it, it was because I could not even afford to buy my own book at that time. Ooh. And so I really want to show you guys how this works. I could not even on my own afford to buy my own book. So people were buying the book, and that was working. But one thing I could do was get on social media for free. And everything that I learned, I would sit at home and look on on YouTube and I would learn everything I could. I'll reach out to this woman and ask her. I'll reach out to anybody else. And everything that I could learn, I had a friend with me. And she was watching me do this, and I encouraged her to write a book. I'm doing all this with $0. I want you guys to know that, with $0. At the time that I was doing this, I had terrible spending habits. I would eat out every day. And so I made a good amount of money at my job, but I could not hold on to any of the money, but I knew I wanted to produce a book. So I had produced a book. So now the people that I know and my mom knows and the people who really cared about me, and this is how you can find out who your friends are. You don't have to get pregnant. You can just write a book. Okay?
Somebody. Tell them again, you do not have to get pregnant.
Yes, you can take a few steps, but
there's a couple of steps you skip.
But these people who really supported me, they started to, like I said, buy the book. So remember, we're only on stream 1 at this time, and I'm not gonna make this live long. I'm just so excited. She distracted me.
Take your time, Pastor. Take your time.
So that's the first stream. Well, when people start buying the book, thank God that writing books is my gift. That's something I had to own first. That's the first step, is the confidence. I had to own that I had a gift, and I'm gonna tell y'all some crazy stuff at the end of this. So I owned that I had a gift and I could write. Now, I am a terrible, terrible person in writing as far as punctuation and all that, but I can tell a story. So imagine me writing a book. I edited one time. So my initial books that I came out with had so many typos. I want you guys to understand that. I've redone a few of my books a few times. I have not gotten one book back. I have not gotten one complaint about these typos. I have not gotten one bad review. I have gotten people who bought my book and bought multiple books with double words in the book.
Listen, okay? Can we talk? We have to talk about that part because Dahlia and I, we both went to FAMU. And if you know anything about FAMU, excellence is the standard. We don't accept second best. We're not here. A lot of people don't know this, but if you know the movie Drumline, where they go against Morris Brown at the end, that was originally supposed to be the Marching 100. Dr. Foster would not do it because FAMU does not lose, because they would have to lose to Nick Cannon's band. The Marching 100 would not do it because we do not lose. So imagine we print these books and I get the book and I'm like, girl, like the book is like this. I'm like circling and she's like, I'm giving her anxiety. I got anxiety. Listen, I gave this book to my mentor, to his son. He is the biggest stickler. He's on my ass 120% of the time. He's literally hazing me. He did not say anything. And actually, I don't have it with me. It's at my house in Miami, but I sent her. He liked the book so much. His wife liked the book so much. Their son liked the book so much. They recorded a video and he made me a card. He made me a card telling me how much he liked the book.
Yes. And so, but mind you, but I really want to because I really want our listeners to understand this. This is a book with typos that are disgusting. Okay, they are terrible. However, the story, because that's the gift God gave me. That story, you're not gonna mess with that story, because that is a story, that is a gift God gave me. So it worked out. Okay, so now I'm letting y'all know. So I'm selling these books with terrible typos, and they're selling, and I'm selling at this point. I'm not selling a lot, but it is a stream of income. It is money that is coming in that is going to be promised to me because I made it that way. I continue to do that, and one of the things that once I had that taste of networking, and I realized how well it worked for me, and being in a mastermind group and linking arms with women, I kept learning and meeting so many wonderful people. So I realized at that point, while I was posting on social media, my social media was not connecting. Okay. Now, she, on the other hand, she's a social media influencer at this time. She has 22,000 followers, all this kind of stuff. I'm following her, and I'm noticing that her following is connecting. I'm noticing that her following is getting into whatever she has to do. But I realized how often and how serious she is about posting and how much time she took behind her post. So at that point, her, along with when I kept following and looking at other people, I was studying YouTube, I realized I was missing that emotionalized part of my social media. I was getting on social media. I was putting on a bunch of bright colors. None of them were consistent. And my page, I made a point not to change it. So you can look down my page at my very first post. Nothing has been deleted. You can see all of that. I was just, you can see, I was just on there. I made a book, buy a book. And I was selfishly trying to get, when I realized that that was not going to do it, I had to figure out how to tap into my crowd. I had to figure out how to get people to love and like me. And the only way to do that was to put my face on camera. I want you to know I am terrified, and you'll see my whole journey. I left everything there. It's on my YouTube and it's on my page.
That is the first, that's one of the first things I said to you. People, and I want to say this to everybody who's in the audience. I said this to my following. People do not care about your product or service. They care how you make them feel about it. Yeah. Even Pinky Cole says it every time she's in a live. She said, people come to Slutty Vegan for the experience. They leave with the food. I tell people all the time, my page, people come to my page for my personality. They stay because the food is good. People want you emotional people buy, whether you make them really angry. You see the whole thing with you know, Deion Sanders and him getting all of these black football players to go to HBCU made a lot of people upset. People bought. You make people happy, they will buy from you. You make them upset. You make emotional people spend money. You have to get people in their feelings, show them who you are.
Yes, and then that was what she said is key. I had to show people who I was, and I knew. Let me tell you something about social media. They're not gonna let you fake who you can't fake who you are for social media. They watch everything. So I decided to get on social media at that point and be honestly and truly myself. I decided at that point to get on social media and remember, why did I write these books? What was the point of the message behind these books? And I got on here and I just started to be real with the world. I started saying, listen, this is what I'm trying to teach children. This is the personality I have. This is my goal for the world. Here are the things and the values that I champion. If these things align with you, please just link arms with me and support me. I started getting on here, seeing other authors doing what I wanted to do, and I didn't get jealous. I started to cheer them on. I started to DM them and ask questions. And you have no idea. Some of them are on here right now. Some of us have gotten so close, it don't make no sense, and we've never seen each other.
No, y'all don't understand. Like, we literally met, me and Dahlia, we met, what it had to be maybe like a Wednesday. No, it was a Tuesday because we were at a meeting. Yeah. It was like it was a Sunday because I was doing a cooking class and you came over to get some food. It was a Sunday. It was a Sunday. We met, we just clicked. Energy was like, and she told me about this. And I was like, girl, we could write this. Like, I got a book, girl. It ain't nothing. Let's write this book. I was like laying out the blueprint or whatever. I came to her house maybe a couple of weeks later and I was like, well, she was like, how can we collab and do a book? So I said, oh, we could do this book like this, like this, like that. I'm not going to give y'all all the tea because, you know, you got to buy that. I said, we could do it like this, like this. So people, I want you to understand too, it's not, she's on here saying like, you know, I changed her life and I did all this. She was easy to work with. There's some people you'll come to, you'll give them free games, free gems, and they're not ready. I promise y'all, I was at her house Friday. This woman does not sleep. And I was like, this is a really good idea. Saturday morning, she was like, listen to this. And it was the book. Like, the book was done. Saturday morning, I don't know if she slept or not, but she called me Saturday morning. She was like, listen to this. And I was like, well, dang, let me go ahead and get my part together. I got my part together. That book, and I remember specifically, we started writing that book September 3rd, September 4th, because I came over to tell you what happened with the apartment complex. And that was September 3rd. So like September, which was a Friday, like September 3rd, September 4th, that's when we started writing the book. The book was already written, illustrated, edited to a degree, published, and in my hand by November 1st. Yes. So I don't know what some of y'all are waiting on. September 4th, book was written. We got it. We got illustrators. We got it illustrated, published, printed copy on Amazon, on Walmart.com, and it was in my hand by November 1st.
Yes. Yes.
That's less than a 60-day turnaround time.
Yes, definitely less, because actually I looked, if you want to be technical, our actual published date for our book is September 23rd. Wow. We started that book in the beginning of September 23rd. That book was published and out on Walmart.com and everything else. So we got that thing done. So anyway, but the point I want to get you guys to all 9 shooters in because we just get excited. I really want to get you guys to understand this. So I got the people going on there, they're buying it off Amazon typos and all. This is before I started correcting typos and all, to buying it. Next thing you know, she was like, let's get a bulk book sale. Let's just get a bulk amount of books in person. So I get the bulk amount of books, and I'm thinking that people not gonna buy them. I realize the typos. It's my first time seeing them. Sold out within like a day or so. So now I'm creating a second stream of income. So now we just every now and then re-up, buy a bunch of books, and so now I'm getting income from the books online, and I'm getting income from the books in person. Okay, that's 2 streams of income.
Yes, I'm in Texas right now. I live in Atlanta. I'm in Texas. I took the books with me, literally sold out. I couldn't even tell you. I think I had 15 books with me. Books sold out in maybe 3 days.
Now listen, this is a book with typos for $20 a piece. A children's book. Gone.
Come on, Durandis.
So I want you guys to understand, this is what happens. So now we're at 2 streams of income. After that, though, once I realized I can do that, and at this point, I have 4 books, and I learned how to do the books. I went through a lot of stuff, and we can do some, because I don't want to be on here all night and tell y'all, I went through a lot of stuff. I started to learn things. Everything I do, like she was saying, I don't sleep. I take notes. I learn from them. I rework things, and I started to, again, get on live and network. The more I'm networking on live, the more I realize there's a lot of people that can learn from my mistakes. So I start at this point, I've only been in the game maybe like a month or 2. I start doing consultations for free. I'm on the phone with people for an hour, 2 hours for free, just doing consultations on what I know. The little I know, there are people who know even less than me, and I'm teaching them. And I'm showing them. And the more I'm teaching different type of people, I'm learning a stream of what they like. Now I charge $50 an hour for a consultation for me. That is my 3rd stream of income from a book that I wrote. And you can look at my stuff. I'm saying that to say I'm not perfect, but there's a lot of people that pay me gladly $50 an hour to do consultations with them on books. So now we've got 3 streams of income. So now that I'm doing the consultations on the book, I'm doing books online.
And the price is going up because she's educated now. She has multiple books. The price, I'm just letting you know. She doesn't know, but I'm letting y'all know. The price is going up. So go ahead and book on that 50, because there will not be that after Black History Month. We're going to have a sit down. I'll be in Atlanta on Friday. We're going to have a sit down. The price will not be that after Black History Month.
So now I've got that. And so then I've got that. So I've got the consultations. I got a book in person, book online. After that, I meet people. I start going to people, seeing my books. They love the books because I write books that rhyme. And for a lot of other people, that's hard. For me, that's easy. So I start running into people in different circles because I'm masterminding, who have money, they don't have time, and they're saying, my grandbaby, I want her immortalized. I want her to have a book. They say, would you write it for me? It's $1,000. They did not bat their eye. They said, if it's $1,000, I'll pay you $1,000. So that's my 4th stream of income. I kid you not. Paid $1,000 to write a book. So now all I have to do, and I've made it clear, all I'm going to do is write the script for the book. The rest of that, taking that book to publish and getting your own illustrators on you, unless you pay me an additional $500 for brokering. So now for $1,500, I will do the full script and the brokering for the book. That is now 4 streams of income. Do you follow me now? So now you can get
y'all a Leo, please. Get y'all a Leo friend. They aggravating, but they will never be broke, y'all. They will never be broke, and they will never let y'all be broke ever.
So what happens is, so now what I do is I'm getting the book. Now you can get the book online. That's going to give me some money. You can buy the book from me in person. That's going to get me some money. You can let me write the script for you. That's going to get me some money. You can get consultation from me. That's going to get me some money. And you can let me do the full book from print to publish for you. That's going to give me some money. So we're at 5. Okay. So now that I'm doing that, I'm doing the book bundle, so on and so forth. However, one of the things that I trained myself to do is, if I was going to be great at what I'm doing, I need to be in the mindset of being a CEO of this all the time, because the book that I'm reading, called Think and Grow Rich, teaches me you are what you think about. So what I've decided to do is I started to be consistent. 2 of the things that I do online is I don't show up anytime online for y'all unless I have to, without my brand on. Just know, even if you can't see it, I'm in FawnFables.com all day. And on top of that, you're going to have a bow on my head so you know it's me. At the end of the day, I'm a grown woman in a bow. I'm not confusing. You know who you're talking to and you know what to expect. That starts to happen so much. People start to ask me, where can I get your shirt from? I come up with merch. I have a few on me. I sell those. We at 6. So now we're at 6 streams of income. You can buy my merch. You can get my book online. You can buy my book directly. You can get consultation from me. You can get a book ghostwritten, or you can get me to do the full book brokerage for you. And that's 6 streams of income at this point. These are all, again, 9 streams that I have been paid from. I'm trying to show y'all. As somebody, please look at my page and realize that I am not a guru, but I am trying and I refuse to lose. That is literally the difference between me and any other author that is not doing this, is that I've decided that I'm going to get this for everything that I am worth, because I am going to capitalize on my gifts. So then there's that. Then after that, I get the merch, so on and so forth. I start telling my story. I start talking to people. I'm doing the consultations. And one of the ladies that I do a consultation for says, I love the way you speak. I want you to come down to Miami and do a speaking engagement here. That's my 7th stream of income.
Well, let me hold $2 then, since you got it.
That's not what we said. Listen to me here, you. So now I'm a keynote speaker for kids. And I want y'all to realize, this does not mean that I'm standing in the middle of Madison Square Gardens. This does not mean I'm being paid tons and tons of money. I have bills. This stuff takes up time. The reason that I'm charging and I'm gaining these streams of income, because I realize when I'm on here and I'm spending time with somebody for an hour and I'm pulling out of a person who has no idea where they're going in the direction to try to get them there, as I'm learning, I'm spending all this time on YouTube, gaining this knowledge. All this stuff takes time from me. It takes energy from me. And if I did not start charging, then I started wasting time and money, because it costs to keep up. I got to buy myself new merch. So this is how all of this starts to evolve. So this is why at that point I'm at 7 streams of income. The next thing I do is I realize, as I'm talking to people, everybody doesn't have time to do consultations with me. Some people don't even need a consultation with me. They just need a little direction. So right now I'm in the middle of getting my curriculum put together, and I told some of the people in my network about my curriculum. They've already signed up. I said you could actually get it downloaded for $10 once it's up. I already have people prepaid and signed up to get my $10 curriculum on what I do to get to where I am. Again, not a group.
Which that price is also going up too. So you're gonna want to get that before I get to Atlanta on Friday. If y'all don't pre-order today, let me tell you something. If God is not speaking to your heart, if you don't put something in the Cash App collection plate by my flight, I'm gonna give y'all time. My flight don't land till 9 p.m. on Friday. If you let me get to her and take her out to breakfast on Saturday morning, if you don't have your stuff by Saturday at 12, if I can convince her to do a book and create 9 streams of income, the price is going up. So whatever it is she's charging for this, that, and the third, the price will not be the same by Monday morning. That I can guarantee you. If I have to go hack her stuff and change it myself, the price will not be the same.
So that is, at that point, now we're at 8 streams of income. Okay, these are all things I promised y'all that I am being paid for. Now, the other thing that I have in the tuck is I have a family member that is very well off, and I'm not going to put him into anything, that does marketing. And he is teaching me how to use virtual assistants to now create my own marketing company so that I can market my book and bring in money from that. He also, though, has friends that want to get books and things done, and he's selling. This is what a network does for you. He's my cousin, but he also believes in me too, because I'm showing my worth. Don't get me wrong. He's already got them put together and signed up with their money so they can buy the full book bundle for the $1,500, which is low. He told me, he's in my ear upset about it, but that's what I'm doing because I'm just beginning. So I'm doing that.
So it's okay for him to be upset. It's not okay for me to be upset about it.
So he's got them signed up for that, and then he's teaching me what I'm going to start to charge them, because they already understand that they're going to pay me now once I'm done with the book brokerage for the marketing of the book through the company that I'm starting with him. So I already start off with clients for my marketing for VAs, and he's going to make sure he oversees it and helps with that. So now here we go. That is my 9th stream of income. This all happened, you guys, within maybe 5 months, if you want to call from September to now, 5 months, and me starting off not even being able to afford to buy the book that I put online, because to put the book online initially was $50. So if I would have bought a copy, would have been an extra $4. And based on how bad my money spending and my money managing was, and I can be free and open and honest about that. Me personally, I could not afford to buy 4 or 5 different books for $4. And I was like, I'll just get them later. I'm saying that to say I don't recommend that to y'all. I should have spent that $4. I should have been more diligent, so on and so forth. But my point in telling y'all that is I want y'all to see my flaws. I want you to go to my page and realize the things that I'm doing on Canva are not all that great. Okay, I'm the live thing that I put on there tonight to let y'all know I was going live, not all that great. Okay, I am not a super guru, but what I will tell you I am is I am determined, I am intentional, and I'm going to move as well as I know how to move up here. I'm going to organize that and make that as clear as possible for those who follow me, because anything that I do, I want you to do and be great. So ultimately, all I'm doing, which is why I did that live before, is I'm selling y'all my failures, because my failures are where the money is. At the end of the day, all of y'all, there's a lot of people who want to have a book done, who want to have this, who want to do these things, but they're afraid of worst case scenario. What happens? My failing behind has the answers. And if you want them from me, here's the price. This is what you pay me, so I can show you what didn't work for me and the new avenues that I'm taking. And based on what you see me doing now, if you like the way I look, you can look like this too for this price. So I just wanted to come on here again. This was not to impress you, but to impress upon you how
impress upon you. Make it plain, Pastor.
I hate you so much. I did that because I want you to realize everybody is not against you. And the only way that I was able to get here within 5 months, where I should have been well before, is when I let go of that negative mindset. When I stopped meeting authors and telling them, oh, I can't tell you my secrets. Oh, you got to figure that out. Like I meet an author, so many times I ask them, how did you publish this? And oh, girl, I don't know. Or they're real distant. They don't want to share. As if, I promise y'all this, there's never anything that I can give you that God had meant for me. That's not how he works. That's not the one I serve. So there's nothing that you can't get from me that I won't give you for just openly, because I know whatever God has for me, he has for me. Now, when you ask then, why don't I give everything else for free? What you're paying for is not the information for me. It's the time it takes for me to communicate the information to you so it works for you. That's what you're paying for from me. If you ask me a flat out question about anything I just did, I'll tell you the answer. Is that going to help you do it if you don't know what you're doing? No. But if I hold your hand and walk you through it, that's going to help you get to where I'm at. However, I got to charge you for that, baby, because that's time that I could have been using to develop even more streams of income. So something's got to give. That's how that works. So please, please, please realize that for those of you who are tight-fisted, and are saying, oh, I learned something and I can't share it with somebody else, and I don't want to do this because, what about me? They're going to take my spot. I couldn't write enough children's books to satisfy all the children in the world who need to be read to. I can't touch on all the subjects that affect children in the world because I don't have the experience, and it's important to me that I stay in my realm. I need you as a fellow children's book author to write your story. I need you to write it because I can't do it.
I think that's so important too, because if you look at your other books and then look at the book that we wrote together, like it's completely different, because I'm also a children's author and my mind works differently. So we're able to collab on that. Like, y'all, you cannot be receiving if your fist is tight palm. You know what I'm saying? Just like she said, you cannot be receiving. Like, it's okay. We don't have to gatekeep information. It's okay. And it's literally, and I think, and I honor you and I adore you for this, because you really just ran forward with what I gave you. You was like, oh, I want to write a book. I was like, oh, girl, I don't wrote one. Like, here, all you got to do is do this, do this, do this, do this, do that, this. And we sat there, we hung out, just basically had a girls' night, drank wine. And I was teaching her, hey, don't do it like this. I did that. Don't work. Don't do this over here, because that's not the vibe. This is too expensive. This is affordable. You know what I mean? That was the conversation that we were having. And so I'm actually about to cry, but I'm not going to, because I'm just so honored that, like, what I felt like was not even a big deal, was just a weekend of hanging out, that you just took that and ran with it. Like,
and just to say this, and I'm not gonna tell them everything, Sonny, I'm not. But I will say this, the 9 streams of income that I'm telling you guys about, they're just starting up. That's just one part of it. We're not even discussing the people who are approaching her and I for real money on some real things with this book. We're not even talking about that. We're not even letting y'all know about what's really about to come, because of the fact that I met somebody and I wasn't shy to ask them. She had a great spirit. She aligned with me. And now this is where we are, because we decided that we were going to share. So I really want y'all to understand the biggest thing out of everything I'm saying is I got to where I am because of the few people that champion me. You don't need a ton of followers. Followers are great. But all you need is just enough people to hold you up where other people can see you. And as soon as that happens, the people who can see you at that higher level will continue to attract to you, and they're going to tell the people behind them and tell the people behind them and tell them people behind. But that all happens from the few people that get beneath you and say, hey, we're going to champion you because you care about us. And that starts with you giving first. You cannot get on here selling a product and asking everybody to give you money, and you haven't given them any reason to align with you.
She's not lying. And I say this is one of my favorite quotes. And for everybody who's in here, you're supposed to be here. I think I told you this when we first met. This is one of my favorite quotes in business. Just like I said, my 2 favorite quotes: people don't buy your product or service. They buy how you make them feel about it. And you're never broke until you run out of network. You are never broke until you run out of network. When she was saying, oh, I couldn't even afford to buy this book because I was getting evicted out of my apartment. That's why I had came to her house that weekend. My apartment complex was being shady. They called the police on me. I got charged with criminal trespassing. I was being evicted. And I'm coming to this girl that I just met as a friend. Like, she had worked in property management before. And I'm like, hey, what can I do? And I'm not even thinking about the fact that I had helped her in such a way that she didn't mind sitting with me, because now I'm asking you for a favor. This was just a couple of weeks ago for free. I was like, oh, girl, you want to write a book? That ain't nothing. I know how to write books. I'm going to help you do. A few weeks or so later, I'm getting evicted out of my apartment, and I don't even know what to do. I don't know who to call, what lawyer, or anything like that. So she's telling her testimony about how she didn't have money. I'm about to not have a place to stay, and we're writing this book. You know what I mean? Like, so you can always get through your circumstances, and you can always get through whatever you're going through. Work, pump your network. There's somebody, call it a shakedown or a robbery. There's somebody that knows something. And that's something that you're never broke until you run out of network. That FAMU taught me. Because a lot of you will be like, oh, well, I can't write no children's book. I don't know no illustrators. You know somebody that knows the illustrator. Or I can't do no book. I don't know how to do graphic design. Like she said, I'm no good on Canva. You know somebody that knows how to use Canva. You don't, oh, I need to record content. I don't know how to do. You either know somebody that knows how to do it or knows to tell you, hey, you go on Amazon, get this ring light, get this right here, get that right there, and you can make a TV show in your living room. Get this backdrop. It's going to cost you $20. So you might not have all the answers, but there's someone in your network that does have the answer. And like she said, you have to give stuff away for free. My book, and I'm going to get it so you guys can see it. This was my second book that I ever published. It's called 21 Fresh. It's my cookbook. This book right here, I wrote this book because I do a vegan challenge, which we're doing right now in real time. It's every January 10th through the 31st. I wrote this cookbook, okay? I wrote this cookbook because I've been doing the vegan challenge since 2014. Oh! I just sold out of my last one. That's why I don't have it. I wrote this book because in 2014, I started the vegan challenge, doing it for free. I still do it to free. Every marketer, every publicist, every media person I have worked with, we got to figure out a way to charge people. I'm never charging people because I want to teach people how to go vegan free, just like I got taught to go vegan. But I said I got to figure out a way to monetize it. So it's a 21-day challenge. I said, okay, I can write a recipe book. That way when people come into the challenge is free. But if we're making a recipe out of this book, you would have had to buy the cookbook in order to have the recipe. But I'm already giving it to you for free. I just came into this live because we just finished our Zoom cooking class for the week where we made this amazing marinated kale salad. So I just got off of Zoom doing my class 100% free. If you want a one-on-one cooking class with me, it is $150 virtually. $150 for me to virtually tell you how to cook whatever it is, and we cook it together. I did it for free. I do it for free every January for 21 days. I said, well, I got to figure out a way to monetize this. Like Dahlia said, I'm putting in all this time. I'm doing all these recipes. I'm answering people's questions, and I'm not getting paid. I did that for years up until 2017. I think my book came out January 2018. So for 4 years, 4 sets of 21 days, I taught people how to be vegan for free. I didn't ask anybody for anything other than to post whatever they were cooking, post whatever they were eating, post their workouts. That's it. Classes, I have other people come in that do classes. If you're familiar with Chef Joya, she comes in, and the other influencer chefs that I know come and do classes, fitness classes. We have meditation, yoga, all for free. I said, I cannot do this anymore because it takes up so much of my time. We have corporate sponsors, Rhythm Superfoods, Daya, Beyond Meat, sending coupons, all of your faves. I was sitting there, I had guest lists. Every famous Black person that you can think of that is vegan, from Erykah Badu to Maya to Kimberly Elise, Questlove. I have messaged them. I have DM'd them. I have emailed them. I've asked them to be a part of the challenge. That takes time. Going through people's Instagram, finding out who their publicist is, finding out the right people to send the emails to do that. All of that stuff takes time. So yeah, you have to give up your time to be walking in your purpose. Do it for long enough, do it well enough, and somebody will pay you for it. But you're gonna have to start out doing it for free.
But let me tell you this. So I want to share something with you about what she's talking about for free and everything. The people, before I got confidence to start charging $50, and I only started charging $50 because I had to, because I started to learn so much in my craft that the time that I wanted to, my heart wanted to spend with these people and do this for free, was sacrificing the money, the time I could be learning to make more money. So something had to give, like I said. So I had to start charging them. The people I had started charging, I have been doing it for free. And then on top of the new people, they were so happy to give me money. They've been dying to give me their money, believe that or not, in a pandemic. Because they said, let me tell you something, sweetheart. I've been fiddling with this book for over a year and was not able to get any sales. I didn't know what I was doing. You done came into my life and gave me ideas. You done gave me a way to make money. You done showed me everything for free. So if you telling me I just got to pay you $50 for all the time that you've been spending and what I'm getting from this, girl, get this little $50. And my heart just leapt, because here I am, timid, scared to say that. And so then you start having your worth. And then these same people now, I can tell y'all up front, I'm charging $50. It's not even that I don't have a choice. I'm really busy. I got to charge something. And the people that I was doing it for free, they're my testimonies though. These are my commercial people though. These are the people who are saying, okay, so Dahlia, what else can I do for you? Since you're doing this, you've done so much for me for free. Do you want me to get online and do a recorded review for you? How can I help you move forward? I have an arsenal of people like that who feel like that about me because what I was able to give. But I'll tell you this, every single one of them know I feel just like that about them. If they need anything from me, I'm going to show up and I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm going to do it with so much passion. And so, because I know one thing that God has gave me is a mouth. I can talk to anybody. So I'm just getting that courage. I'm going to do that for them. Now, here's something that she doesn't know I want to tell you about right now.
Don't tell me nothing that's going to make me cry on live.
I'm not, but I'm going to tell you something that you probably want to think about, because I didn't think about it until I was at my mastermind group that I meet with every Thursday. I went to the conference. I was at my mastermind group, and I talked to them because some of them were so determined. They went and found the book and have bought the book and saw the typos. They were so excited about the freaking typos that they called other people in them, because our mastermind group is an international group. So my little group meets with other groups or whatever. They called other people, and I got people calling my phone out of the blue asking me, can they cash out me so that they can get a book? And I'm like, I'm not even selling that book. What are you talking about? My mastermind group meets. They let me know that they put it in a mastermind chat, that they believe so much in me that I'm going to make it, that I'm going to be rich, that I'm going to be great and all this other stuff. And they can't wait, that they know that when you get a book that's an original with typos, that it becomes worth more money as that person progresses. And so I have a line of people that I still don't have enough books for that are trying to get me to give them the original copy with the typos, because they want to make sure they have their copy. And I'm like, I just put in for those to be corrected. I don't know I don't know if it's gone through yet or not. You know what I'm saying? So I can order some and I can try to get them the ones with the typos. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I can only give them the ones I have. I have 10 of my own that I'm not going to give out. I'm not selling, because every time I have some, I don't have more. So I'm going to have 10 of my own that are just for me. I need to give them to my kids. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not doing that. But I'm saying that to say to y'all, do you understand people are rushing me to try to get a hold of my mistakes? Did you hear what I said? No, and I'm not nobody. And I'm not nobody yet. All I'm doing is going through and using the gift God gave me so that I can be a better person and live and make myself worth it. And I still work. I want y'all to know I'm doing all this and I still work. It's not going to be for long because
she doesn't sleep, though, but that's a different.
I don't sleep, so that's why I got to get rid of the job.
But it's just, you guys have to understand too, when you're in that spirit of giving, you're doing something so small. Like I said, I'm really fighting tears because me and her having that conversation about was really no big deal to me. It didn't take me a long time, and I had made the mistakes. My first book, I went through a publisher. I went through somebody, and I had a terrible experience, and I said, never again. I'm going to figure out how to publish my own book. I couldn't even tell you how long it took for me to publish my second book. But when I made Charlie Travels, which is my other kids' book, when I made that book, it was like, okay, boom, like I had stuff figured out. So at this point, when I'm meeting her, I'm already on I think I had 4 books at that time. No, I had 5 because Stony the Beach Vegan is my 6th book. Okay. I had 5 books already by the time I had met her. So I'm like, oh, you want to make a book? You're a chick. Like, oh, that's easy. Let me just tell, because it was nothing. I told her the website, here you go. This is what mine looks like on the back end. This is how you order, because it really was no big deal to me, right? So when you're doing stuff and you're operating in your gift, it's not taking away from you. You're not pouring from an empty cup. That was no big deal. She took that and ran with it. And I was in Richmond, Virginia. This lady came and she bought a lot of stuff from me. I think she spent like $220 for, if you think I'm a food vendor. So if you think about being a food vendor, $225 is a lot of money from one customer. Usually I make about $30, maybe $50 if they have two or three people they're feeding. She spent $225 with me, and I was just kind of like, well, I tried to give her a discount here. She's like, I don't want no discount. She said, your mac and cheese recipe inside your cookbook saved my Thanksgiving. She said, I've been vegan for 6 years. I have not had mac and cheese for 6 Thanksgivings because I didn't have a good mac and cheese recipe. So literally just threw the money at me. Like, I'm ready to throw this money at, because you did what God called you to do, and it was for me. I needed it. You know what I mean? So that's what she's saying is the same thing. Because she's doing what God called her to do, someone else needs it. I can't even tell how many people she's helped. Like she said, her mastermind group, people that she's done consultations for, just because I sat and had a conversation. And I don't want you to take it the wrong way. That didn't mean anything, because not that it didn't mean anything, but it wasn't a lot of my time. I didn't even ask her like, oh, you got to pay me, or, you got to join my group.
It was never about money. It was never.
Yeah, it wasn't about money. It was just, I saw another Black woman. She told me she went to FAM. You already knew I was going to help you. I was like, yeah, that's no big deal. I'm not doing nothing. I think it was, like you said, a Sunday, and we were just hanging out. So look at how many other people are benefiting from me not being tight-fist and tight-palmed about information I have. And an hour, maybe an hour and a half, girlfriend chat and hang out. There was really, like I said, no big deal to me. It wasn't no big deal. And now we're co-authors. Now she has all of these books, right? If it didn't demand anything you weren't willing to give, it was returned. Yeah. It wasn't no big deal. I didn't have no pressure, no problem. Didn't bother me at all. You know what I mean? She's a cool person. We're still friends to this day. And look how many other people, speaking engagements, all of these things that came from a whole me.
And you know what it is? And so I'm saying that to say, when I first started this and I wrote a children's book, I thought to myself, you get this little, how much money are you really going to make from this little book that you don't put out? But it just felt, I knew it was my calling. It was something I felt like I needed to do. So I said I was going to do it. And so to go from that to have right now, as we said, 9 streams of income that I've actually been paid for. I just gave y'all the whole breakdown. It was between a lot of love and fun between us, y'all. I'm sorry. I meant for that to be quicker, but that I got 9 streams of income that I've actually been paid for, not to mention the ones that are on the horizon from people who are reaching out to me, bigger things. People are like, hey, there are so many people, when you align yourself properly, who are not going through financial struggles, regardless of what the outside may look like to you. I know there are a lot of people that are, but there are a lot of people who aren't. and they don't have the gifts you have, and they don't have the time to manifest the gifts you have, and they are willing to pay you without a drop of a dime for whatever the value is to them, to the being, to do, to the one who was paying me to do the book for her granddaughter. She just wants her granddaughter to see herself in a book and be immortalized. And she loves the way I write. It's not that, to me, cumbersome. She loves the fact that it rhymes. She likes my style. And she says, before I do anything, that's my biggest gift to give to her. Can you do this for me? Like I said, I told the lady it's $1,000. She said, done. I said, if you want me to take you from publishing to print, from print to publishing, that's $1,500. She said, done. She looked at me like the conversation was too long. Y'all, I'm telling you. Listen, it's crazy, but you've got to walk in your gift. So that's why I say this. This is like, if you're a chef, you don't know some of the things the joy that you can bring to people from what you're cooking, what you're bringing, and whatever you do. If you cook, if you write books, if you, I don't know, if you scrapbook, like whatever your gift is, I had to learn the hard way, is what I call it. Do not take it for granted. It is
not the hard way. You took the scenic route. That's all.
Yes. Do not take your gift for granted, because there are people who need it. It wouldn't be a gift to you if it wasn't meant to be given.
Let me tell you something, and this is, once I say this is probably going to be the point when I cry. So a lot of people don't know this because we don't tell the backstory about Stony the vegan. My father's name is Stony, and my dad passed away from cancer, right? So this book was a way for us to immortalize him. And when I was just in Miami, there was someone that I gave the book to for free. It's a person that I do business with, and they have a kid. Because if I'm close to people, I'm like, I can give you the book because I'm, doing these undertones, right? And as you guys can see, I don't mind giving this stuff away for free, right? And the man said to me, he said, my son keep asking for Stony. He wants Stony to make pizza with him. Oh. He said he's made the recipe, because in the back of Stony the Vegan is a recipe for vegan pizza. And he said, I done made this pizza about 4 or 5 times for this boy. And all he keeps saying is, let's make pizza with Stony. So this is just something, us having a conversation to where now we brought a character to life.
Yes.
That is immortalizing my dad.
Yes.
And kids are connecting with it.
Yes.
And they're able to spend time, and they're able to cook with their parents the same way that I cooked with my dad growing up. It's better than money. I called as soon as it happened. Didn't I call you? I said, I'm about to call you in 5 minutes. I got big news. I called her and I said, to me, it's better than money. If I never, and I hope, you go on to be a millionaire. But for me, if I never sold another copy of Stony the Vegan, that was enough payment for me. If I never sold another copy, that was enough payment for me. So it is those things, by you being a giver, that you get back, that's better than money. Now imagine if I would have told her, okay, girl, I'm gonna teach you how to write a book, but you're gonna have to pay $100 for my course. You're gonna have to pay $150, because I charge now my business consults. If you want to go from beginning to LLC and all that, I charge $150 an hour, which is why me and her got to talk about her pricing. But I'll be in Atlanta on Friday. We're going out to breakfast on Saturday morning. Yeah. But that to me is better than money. It's better than money to know that kids are cooking with their parents, because kids just want to be involved. They don't want to eat half the stuff you give them because you're just telling them, oh, eat this, eat that. They want to be involved from the grocery store all the way up into the stove till it hits the table. You involve kids in the food, they're little humans. They want to be a part of the decision-making process. They don't want you to just tell them this. The same way we don't want to just be told what to do. We don't want to be told what to eat. They're the same way. So for him to say that to me, and to have my dad immortalized in that way, it's better than money. There will never be a check that I get that will make me feel the way that he made me feel that day.
And that is what I thank God for you saying that, because right now I'm actually so. I'll tell you guys that
too, because I can't tell with the filter.
No, girl, no, I'm keeping it together. I'm trying to stay. Now, don't mess with me. I done figured out a way to stay. Now, look, so what I'm saying is, I'm actually in the middle of a project for someone else. Like I said, I've been contracted now multiple times for $1,000, y'all. I gotta keep telling y'all that. There is a mom who wanted to have her daughter story told, and she's an early reader, and there's a whole thing that's coming out. I can't wait for y'all to hear this book. And she just sent me a bunch of text messages, a bunch of pictures, a bunch of videos, and said I wanted to be something like the Golden Child. So I watched the Golden Child. Like when people talk to me just like she did, if you tell me this is a gift God gave me, all I need you to do is tell me what you want, what you feel like. And God gives me a way to just take everything that you say and make it into a book. I make it where it rhymes. I make it where it has cute little sayings in it. I do whatever, and I can give it back to you and give you your vision in a way that you didn't think that you can do. And that is something that I'm so grateful to be able to do, because when I was able to write the book, I gave it to her and I was like, is this it? And she was like, that's it. That's it. That's
exactly what I said. When we wrote Stony the Vegan, I literally told her, I said, oh, we were talking about collabing on a book. And I said, well, I literally gave her the concept. I said, Stony, and she said, yeah, Stony the Vegan. I said, he's going to be teaching kids about how to be vegan. And then at the end, I said it would be dope if we can put a recipe at the end so that kids would cook with their parents. Literally, I said that to her September 3rd. September 4th, she called me. She's like, I want you to listen to something. I told her the characters' names. I said the girl's name is going to be Chantel. I'm going to be the mom. Chantel was my best friend when I was at FAM. We're still really good friends to this day. We met in Paddyfoot. I said Chantel's going to be the girl. Stoney's going to be the boy, and he's going to be my son. I said, I want them to encourage kids to go to FAMU. Now, I'm going to let y'all know, if we couldn't afford rent and we couldn't afford to buy the book, we can't afford the real FAMU logo. So that's not the real FAMU logo. But the orange, and literally, I just was in Killeen, Texas. I'm going to introduce you to him, but I met another author. He looked at my kid's book and he saw it immediately. He said, did somebody went to FAMU? That's the first thing he said when he looked at the cover. And I said, interestingly enough, because we could not afford the licensing for FAMU, I said, but honey, the girls who get it, and the girls who don't, okay? The girls who get it, and the girls who don't. Yes. The shirt was orange. I said, put a green snake on it. On this boy's shirt, it would say future, like FAMU future. And on my shirt, it would say alumni. So you got the Rattler on an orange shirt. My shirt says alumni. His shirt says future. And immediately, that was the first question. Before he asked me anything about what the book was about, he looked at it and he said, what's the significance of this? Did somebody went to FAMU? Mm-hmm. Girl, I feel like you manifested, because I feel like I'm that skinny now in real life. I was thick when we wrote that book. I said, I kind of look more like the character now. Yeah. But yeah. Y'all, dollar in a dream. I was literally getting evicted out of my apartment. She didn't have any money. And we put this book together.
Just following directions.
I am an entrepreneur. I have not worked a full-time job since before the pandemic. I've been full-time. So I have to sell. I'm a hunter. I only eat what I kill. I don't have a full-time job. I don't have a part-time job. This is all I do. Sell books, sell seasonings, sell food. That's all that I do.
So, and I want to say something though. I want to give something really quick. I keep seeing somebody on here, different people saying that's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at right now. I want you to do this for me. Anybody who is at a point, and I'm still there, y'all. Realize I'm still with y'all. Don't think I'm in here. But anybody who is at a point where they don't have anything but themselves, that is the perfect place to be. But when you're there, I don't want you to focus on where you're at. If you're there and you're focusing on where you're at, I want you to stop. I want you to start to envision, regardless of where you want to go, and what is the first steps that you need to take to get there. Now, even if you don't tell yourself, I don't have money. Because there's a lot of us who be hollering, we don't have money, but we haven't even done the research to figure out how much it would cost. How much money do you need, and for what? If you do not know, that is where you need to start. Yep. Start to think about, if right now in this moment, what do I need to get to the next step so I can get to the vision that I have? Anybody who has a vision for themselves that's in their head, that's great. I want it on your walls. You can ask her. When you walk in my house, ain't no decorations. It's all my future plans.
Don't worry about, just like I said, you never broke until you run out of network. Don't worry about the how, worry about the who. I just sent her a picture, and I don't know if she's on her phone, but I just sent her a picture. I was in Target. Target has a Black History section that they do every single month. Every single Black History, they put out all of these Black History books. You know, all of that stuff. They have logos and everything. Didn't I send you a picture of that of the Black History section? There was a gap. There was a space in between the books with a circle around it. I said our book will be here next year.
Yeah.
Now I don't know how, but what I can tell you is who. I know that Melissa Butler, the owner and CEO and founder of the Lip Bar, which is a vegan makeup company, is in 7,000 Target stores nationwide. I have not walked in a single Target and have not seen her product. Guess what? She went to FAMU. She's a FAMU Delta. I don't know her. I probably have walked past her, but guess what? I know a whole lot of FAMUans. I know a whole lot of Deltas. So I know somebody that knows her, and I don't have to get in contact with her. All I need to know is, hey, girl, how did you get into Target? Who do I need to talk to? Who's the person? Don't worry about the how. Worry about the who. It might be just, oh, you need to go and talk to this person, talk to that person. It's all about networking. It's not who you know, it's not what you know, it's not who you know, it's who knows you.
And do your networking prepared, babies. Be prepared. One thing I had is that I knew I could write books. And you know how I know? Because I had proof, because I had a book. Okay? Don't go around telling people what you're going to do and you don't have no proof unless you just can't. If that's the limit that God has for you, then He going to help you over that hump. But get your product. If you don't got nothing else, have your product. Know your product.
And you can be even solid. She had gone so far at a certain point that she was asking me, so I don't remember what was the question you had asked me. It was a question about the publishing company or something, and I didn't know the answer. What did I say? I said, you know who helped me write my book for free? I said, reach out to this person, and that person is a FAMU Delta. I said, reach out to this person, tell them I sent you. She said, oh, well, I don't want to reach out just yet. You didn't go. I FaceTimed the person right then. Hey, such and such. This is Dahlia. She's trying to write a book. She's really talented. Can y'all connect and can you help her out a little bit? Can you just point her in the right direction? And this is somebody who is not only a multi-published author, she teaches a publishing class, she teaches a book writing class, and she teaches how to create like your characters. This is somebody who PG County Schools bought 120,000 copies of her book. Let me write the number down because I know a lot of y'all have not seen big numbers, okay? 120.
Don't be like that to my father.
120,000 copies of her book. The school system bought that. So mind you, you know, kids' books are like, let's say $10. Even if she did the discount of where she only charged them $5, you do the math. That's $500,000. $500,000. Even if she charged them $3 per book, that's over $250,000. Just from that one contract. This is somebody who's on that level. That is my literal home girl. I can get off of this live FaceTime and beg her for $20. That's my dog.
Sweet. She's so sweet.
And she's a sweetheart. And all I did was just say, hey, she has a question that I cannot answer. Do you mind to help her out a little bit? Helped her with no problem. And she works a full-time job too, has several books, and has a child. And took time out of her day
to help me
in the right direction.
And that's all I'm saying. I just want anybody who's an entrepreneur with a tight fist. That is the problem. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. Open that hand and open your heart and have some faith. And I did a live too about failures and having faith and what's your biggest fear. I promise y'all, fail out loud. Because there is somebody that's going to see you and say, hey, I saw how hard you ran at that and I was rooting for you. I saw what tripped you up and I know the answer. Here you go. But people are not going to do that if you're halfway trying, you're halfway putting it out there. You ain't making enough noise. You didn't fall hard enough for me to look back. I didn't even know you fell.
Yeah, it's so many times. You got to realize those football team, whoever your favorite football team is, if you still watch football or even college football. And this is a fact. This is not something I made up. All of those teams, they don't watch the games They don't watch the games that they won. They watch the games that they lost to go back and say, oh, okay, you know what? I zigged when I should have zagged. I went right when I should have went left. I know better for next time. I can make something happen for next time. I can make it better for next time. Don't worry about you failing. Everybody has failed. Get good at your failures. I am right now, last week, not even last Saturday, was the first paid cooking demo that I ever did. And she'll tell you back when, and this is with my small page, this is back, I done had 23,000 followers. You know how many cooking demos I have done for free? You know how many people's couches I have slept on? You know how many people I've said, hey, just let me stay. I'm flying out to this city for free to do a cooking demo for free. Okay, told people, you pay for the groceries, I'll give you my services and my labor for free. So where now I could be considered a master of my craft. Once you do something for 10,000 hours, you're a master of it. So where now I'm getting paid to do cooking demos. Literally, I did that cooking demo and didn't even get paid. You know, the millions of dollars that you think you're supposed to be. Wasn't no sold out audience, like she said, Madison Square Garden. But I did it well. As soon as I did, this man said, oh, we were in Killeen, Texas. He said, oh, I'm in Austin, Texas. You think you could come and do this same thing for my podcast? We'll pay you in this and this and that. First time I got paid. I've been a full-time entrepreneur since 2019. I have been LLC my business since 2019. I've been a full-time entrepreneur. This is the first time that I've been paid for a cooking demo. The first time.
Yeah. And that's the point we're just trying to make. I know y'all probably like, yeah, y'all, we just want to leave y'all with some encouragement. Of course, I always leave my lives up so y'all can visit this, y'all can share this live, y'all tell people about it. Y'all buy our books. We're not ready to, it's up there, but yeah, we're not ready for it yet. But I mean, yeah, if y'all, I don't know. But like, because we're gonna do a real launch for this. But and we got some secrets in the works for it. But I have 4 books. She has 6 books. And all my books and my links are in all of my pages, because I realized one of my biggest things as an entrepreneur too is that I was the only one who knew where to get my books, and that was real retarded. So I had to make sure that I stopped doing this. So now it's not a link you can go to that you can't find my book. You can get my book out the bio. My books are in my highlights. My book is on my website. Anything that I'm in, if I sign the signature of it, you're gonna trace that back to you getting the book. So I want that to be something that you guys learn. And if anybody has any type of trouble getting my book, you let me know, because I'm gonna make it that much more easier. I really want to know.
You got to be loud about the things that you're good about. Imposter syndrome is so real. I say this all the time. You know how many jobs I done went to and lied and told these people I know I'm proficient in Excel. I ain't proficient in no Excel. I'm YouTubing on the first day of the job. We're not bragging about the stuff that we're even good at. And my friend just told me this, my business strategist. I told her, I said, yeah, 6 books. She said, you have 6 books? She said, nobody knows you have 6 books. I said, yeah, everybody knows. She said, I'm your friend. I'm your business strategist. I went to FAM with you, and I didn't know you had 6 books. That means nobody knows you have 6
exactly.
books. You're not bragging on yourself enough.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I talk about. So you'll see on there, like I said, you don't have to, I really want y'all to keep looking at my page, because I want y'all to see I'm not perfect. Shoot, I can't even put my lashes on by myself. I'm still learning. So what I'm trying to say is, because I know some of y'all be frustrated. I see it. I'm trying. But what I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, you just have to be there and be certain. So please, 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 I don't care what you've done. I don't care what you're selling. Start. Go. Do. Okay? And make people aware that you're doing. And some people may be like, oh, no, this is a mess. And it's going to hurt. But is it a mess? Clean it up. And then take it back to that person and say, hey, thank you for that. This is what I learned. And that person might just be wanting to put you down. That's fine, because there's people who don't. There are people who will root for you just because. And I want y'all to know, my family loves me. I think I have one of the best families in the world. However, it took strangers to get behind me first. Yeah. Because my family knew me and knew my habits. I didn't have the best track record. I'd start something in a minute and be like, okay, I'm on to something else. So they wasn't going to be bothered with me and my new venture. And I took that so hard at first because I knew this was different, but they didn't. But guess who trusted me on the first try? The strangers that linked arms with me. This woman right here that didn't know me. It wasn't until I produced my 3rd book that my mama texted me and said, you serious? Like I said, yeah, wow. Man. I was like, yeah, man. Like, what you mean? And then it wasn't until after she read my 4th book herself, because she had got the books and hadn't even read them. She read the book and told on herself that she hadn't read it, because she called me and she said, Kiana, this book good. I say, see, you gotta get
I'm
off
so
my
upset with
phone.
Black people as a whole. Why? Why must we do this? Like,
I say, Mom. She say, girl, Dahlia, that book is good. I say, you know what? I don't really want to talk because you had that book for a month. I just happened to pick it up. I was bored. So I'm saying that to say it's not that she didn't love me. Your parents will champion you with anything that you're doing, anything, drawings. They don't always support you immediately. Please don't take that to heart. But these strangers, there are people on here that just want to link with you. These people will champion you. They will support you. And when you have there's a young lady on here. I'm gonna call her out. I've been trying not to. India, make some noise. She is on here. She is a young lady that I met working with her when I lived in Virginia. She is one of the biggest serial entrepreneurs I know. India, say something for the people. Because this live is recorded. This is the Black people in me.
I need to connect with India too.
Yeah, but
she lives in Virginia.
Yeah, she lives in Virginia. So
I was just in Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah, thank you. India sells, what don't she sell? India sells soap, she sells earrings, she sells this. And let me tell you something about India. When she sells something, she ain't bought that from overseas. She done made it, and she makes videos from beginning to end to show you her exact process of what she's doing. You can customize that thing, and her customer service and her energy is awesome. I have never met such a can-do big personality in this world. And let me tell you why I say that. India, I'm about to embarrass you real quick. It's okay, they can't see you. India was selling at work. We used to work together for leasing. And India was on her way downstairs and missed a step. And that had to be the funniest thing I ever seen. And when I say this woman got up like that never happened and continued, you'd have thought you made it up. You thought you made up the fall. No. But I'm saying that to say that is the personality that she has, and that's the same tenacity that she attacks everything she does with. Whether business venture, if she's championing you, anything that she has and she's doing, she's gonna go that hard, and she's gonna do it that, at that point in that perfection. And so I just want to say there's a lot of us there's a lot of us women out here who are linking arms, that are loving each other, that are helping each other. And we just have to start to make a little bit more noise. We just have to start to be a little bit more valuable within ourselves, because there's so many times that all of us are going so hard, but it takes that one person, that one heartbreak, that one disappointment from somebody we trusted to make us shut down and say, well, maybe it wasn't that good in you. I've decided I'm not doing that anymore. I'm telling y'all, I decided that. I don't care if I do a consultation with you for $50 and you get upset and you do me 7,000 reviews about how terrible it was because you was mad. I ran at that and I did the best I could. And I promise you, I'm going to still charge $50, and I might upcharge because you done made me learn something, and now I'm more valuable.
Oh, no, you're upcharging. You just let that be. Right now, you're up. The Spirit of the Lord has been upon my heart and telling me to dance like David danced.
So stupid.
The bands is what made David dance. However the verse goes.
Okay, I need you to know the verse.
Made David dance. That I don't know how the verse goes. You're charging.
He's not pleased. What I'm saying to you is, I'm saying this to say, we just joking. We're winding down, but I just want y'all to know we are here. We're supporting y'all, and I'm begging you guys, link arms with me. Yes, link arms with me. Reach out to me. Follow me. I follow everybody back, even the Forex people. That's terrible. You'll see it on my page. It's bad. But I support everybody. And I don't support them and give them my stuff. If they start that foolishness. But I just want y'all to know I am here, and anything that I can do, any way that I can align with you, anybody that I can link you up with, I will. Okay, so thank you guys so very much for being amazing. And I want you to know, anybody who sat through this and is on this live, you are somebody with a purpose, because that's the only reason. That's all we're talking about. We're not talking about sex. We're not selling anything else. So if you on this live, that means that there is something you are hungry for, and you were meant to hear it. Don't let it fall on deaf ears. Take everything you have from this live.
Oh, PW said she just followed you. That's my mama.
Oh, yay. Hey, baby, hey. But please work on your gifts and your crafts. And if there's anything I can do, like I said, let me know. and I will point you in the right direction. I love y'all without even knowing y'all because y'all are supporting me, and I just want y'all to know that. Okay, so that's my 2 cents. Sonny, bring us out. Go ahead and pray us out. Do the benediction.
Act like you know. Act like you know. Act like you know. Act like you know.
Yeah, may the Lord watch. Come on.
Between me and D, while the real ones is absent, one from another.
One from another.
Ashe, amen, Selah. All that. Oh, somebody said I missed it, but I'm in acceptance. No, you didn't miss anything because she's going to post this to her live. It's going to be there forever. The benediction and the moral of the story is do it afraid.
Yes, so I'll see you guys at the top because that's where we headed, and we'll probably do some more lives and crazy stuff together. But always feel free to jump on my lives. I'm not nobody. I'm just out here.
Several somebody
following.
I'll be in Atlanta on Friday. Let me know what your schedule is like. I was gonna say I'll take you out to breakfast, but you got more money than me, so you can take me out to breakfast. I'll drive though. I'll drive and I'll provide the gas. You're more than welcome to take me out to breakfast on Saturday morning. Since you don't work and you have lots of money. And we'll be going somewhere vegan, and I'll be ordering everything on the left side of the menu since you're rich now.
I want to go. Take me out of here. How do I get out of here? Like, all of this. Goodbye. Bye.